Medical Dialogues, your daily dose of health and medical news. I'm Mr. Zaman, and here's what I bring to you all from the world of medicine. Diagnosis of young onset dementia increases the risk of suicide. Researchers from Queen Mary University of London and University of Nottingham undertook a population-based case control study of medical records from 2001 to 2019 to determine if there was a link between dementia diagnosis and suicide risk. The researchers found that nearly 2% of patients with a dementia diagnosis died from suicide. The results showed that patients were at a high risk of suicide after dementia diagnosis if aged under 65 during the first 3 months after a diagnosis or if they had known psychiatric illness. Myocarditis or pericarditis incidence following mRNA COVID vaccination. In this population-based surveillance, the authors found that myocarditis or pericarditis 0 to 7 days after mRNA vaccination in persons aged 5 to 39 years occurred in approximately 1 in 2 lakh doses after the first dose and 1 in 30,000 doses after second dose of the primary series and 1 in 50,000 doses after the first booster. The incidence varied markedly by age and sex, however with a disproportionate number of cases occurring in male persons, notably among adolescents after dose 2 and first boosters. Which grains can affect your risk of premature heart disease? In one of the first studies to examine the relationship between different types of grain intake and premature coronary artery disease in the Middle East, researchers found a higher intake of refined grain was associated with an increased risk of premature coronary artery disease in an Iranian population, while eating whole grains was associated with reduced risk. According to the researchers, previous epidemiological studies have reported an association between different types of grain intake with the risk of coronary artery disease. The current study evaluated the association between refined and whole grains consumption and risk of PCAD in an Iranian population. Link between prenatal phthalate exposure to reduced childhood lung function. A recent study has found that exposure to phthalates in the womb is associated with reduced lung function during childhood. The findings of the study, published in Environmental Pollution, support the European Union's current restrictions on the use of these substances. Phthalates are chemical compounds that are widely used as plasticizers as well as in lacquers and varnishes. They are found in a wide variety of consumer products ranging from toys to food packaging, clothing, detergents, cosmetics, solvents, etc. Over time, phthalates in these products leach into the surrounding environment, for example into the air, dust and food, making them virtually ubiquitous. Moreover, human exposure to phthalates starts as early as in utero, given that these compounds are able to cross the placental barrier. Phthalates act as endocrine disruptors and have been associated with numerous developmental and reproductive health problems. That's all for today. Stay tuned to Medical Dialogues for latest updates.
Never miss a medical update from Medical Dialogues. Like, subscribe, and press the bell icon.